Emails, david@davidpakman.com, at David Pakman Show on Twitter, facebook.com/David Pakman Show. We're on YouTube, wherever you want. On the topic of Sarah Palin wearing a Star of David necklace, I said I didn't find it offensive at all. I found it to be pandering, and I found it to be idiotic. A lot of emails about this. The fact that our education system creates people as dumb as Sarah Palin is what's offensive. Just wait 20 years when today's up-and-coming kids are running for political office after they've been raised on right-wing Koch brother BS propaganda and creationism. You know what? People have been saying that for a while. Based on how today's kids are being raised, wait until they're in power. I can't disagree with this particular argument, but that argument is one we've heard for a long time, Lewis, that this generation, once they're in power, the world will end.
Well, this can go into a much, much bigger and deeper conversation. We'll have to save that.
I don't get Glenn Beck's psycho Jew lust either. Both of them are so clueless and obnoxious. If I were Jewish, I'd hate them 10 times more. Please find some other group you don't belong to and obsess about them. And she probably got the necklace as a thank you gift from one of those Christian organizations who helps poor Russian Jews immigrate to Palestine in order to bring about the end times. You know, I mentioned that there's a lot of ulterior motives in Christians supporting Jews or Israel. Natan chomping at the bit here, Lewis. Let's see what he has to say.
Well, I would say that, you know, the way people like Glenn Beck or Sarah Palin like Jews is like kind of like the way a butcher likes his cows.
Yeah, well, that's a good analogy. Do you like that one, Lewis?
Yeah, it's good.
You still eating meat, Lewis?
I'm still eating meat.
All right. On enhanced interrogation techniques becoming a mainstream everyday phrase, along with all of the implications and connotations that go with it, how about the term legal torture? Call a spade a spade. Don't broadcast news for the people who will take issue with it. Broadcast the facts. If people can't handle torture, that's not your problem. And it should just be called waterboarding, and the viewer can just decide whether it's enhanced interrogation or torture. And lastly, the man who drowned in San Francisco while police and firefighters watched could have been pretty easily taken care of with a jet ski, but if he actually wanted to die, so be it. And the suicide component is sort of irrelevant. So there were threats of suicide, but it's hearsay. And even if it came from his mouth, maybe he wanted to see if people cared enough to save him in this public place. Police and firefighters in that city need water rescue training, and that should be the focus. You know, the suicide component is controversial. Absolutely, police and firefighters need water rescue training, and we saw that the reason they don't have it is because funding on that was cut.
Right. I'm sure in the grand scheme of spending in that area, that's probably a pretty negligible amount of money.
Well, the $20,000 to $40,000 they appropriated after this incident, apparently enough to at least get 16 individuals trained for this, which is not an insignificant number.
Not at all.
DavidPakman.com/membership. We're giving away an iPad just weeks away. 10 entries for every member as of the last day of June. And we'll see you on the bonus show. Are the Smurfs racist and anti-Semitic? Just one of the brilliant meeting of the mind topics we'll tackle.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.